Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival, and if you've been following the game you'll be aware that on the 21st of June 2018 they released an update. So we are now on Alpha 8.1. It was an interesting update, lots and lots of features in there, but the two big ones is the fact that they've shrunk the size of the starter planets and they've adjusted the size and activities of spiders and various creatures on the planet. And I was a few parts into an 8.0 series, and I was considering continuing with that, and then I thought, well, I want to try out this smaller planet start just to see how it changes the gameplay, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to restart the game, and I've just renamed it Series 8.1. I decided that the seed is going to be the date of the release, which is the 21st of June 2018. The difficulty settings are medium, but what I've done is what I often do when making videos is I bump the player progression to fast, constructors speed to fast, and blueprint production to fast, simply just to give the game a little bit of a momentum when I'm actually recording. Anyway, so let's get stuck in, guys. We're just going to go straight in, and of course we're going to go down on the new starter planet, so this is going to be interesting to see. So here we are, guys, we're on the starting process, we're in the drop pod. I can't see any small wreckage around. That's going to be interesting. I'm just spinning round just to have a look-see. I mean, wow, we can just crash in the centre here. We're on a bit of high ground, actually. That's going to be interesting. So, and we are down. And here we are, guys. Just going to come up and press this. Right, this is the Robinson Protocol, if any of you guys are not familiar with it. In the last playthrough I was doing the Robinson Protocol. I think this time I'm going to skip it for a very specific reason, because I want to do a comparison with how easy or difficult things are. So I'm just going to grab that. And of course, if you don't do the Robinson Protocol, you get all these nice goodies. You've got weapons, you've got a portable constructor and a drill, a chainsaw, pistol, we've got some ammunition, and of course we've got an ore scanner for when we find promethium. And we've also got the survival tool. We're just going to drop that on there, and I think we're just going to keep this area here. And of course we're out on our own, and because we didn't spot any small wreckage on the way down, we're going to have to just get out and explore ourselves. And I think we're just going to get out and try and grab as much as we can straight away. So I'm just going to get over here, guys. Let's see, just go up here. And what I want to try and do in this playthrough is see how quickly I can actually get a motorbike and find the starting position. Looks like we got some plant protein over there. We'll just go in that direction. Yeah, we found some small wreckage over there, because of course, to just show you guys, the planet is now a lot smaller. You can see it's effectively, well, we got 4x3. So if we got 4x3, so you can see we got two panels there, 4x1, 2, 3, 4, 4x3. So that gives you an idea of the difference in size. The new starter planet is, I think, roughly a quarter of the size of the planet that was in the 8.0 update. I'm just gonna this will probably just knock this down. Yeah, I think we can knock some stone up. Let's grab that. Let's grab that. The reason I'm using the survival tool as opposed to the drill is that, well, I can't see the point of actually just consuming resources to mine all this simple stuff using the drill. I mean, I want to hold on to the biofuel until we actually find the necessary resources, but we're going to keep... Oops. Just going to do this, grab this. And these guys may roll away. Yep, starting to roll away, but a bit too quick. And I'm just going to keep going. What we got over there? We got some grasshoppers lurking in the grasses. Throw up here. Not much around, actually. Okay, I'm just going to keep going and see what we can get. It looks like there's some more plant fibre there, so I'm just going to grab that. I mean, purely for, there we are, we're now reached level 2. And if you see now, when you get to level 2, it unlocks the portable heater and the portable constructor, but we've already got a portable constructor, and what we do probably need is to get that heater up and running, just in case things go. Hello, creature. We're not going to bother with you. We'll just keep grabbing this stuff. And of course, what we will need to do is try and get to level 3 as quickly as possible, because that will also unlock for some pretty interesting stuff. Just keep going this way. And I doubt if they've actually changed the deadline for the hostiles coming out, but obviously we need to get as much as we can up and running and together before the hostiles come out. And as of this 8.1 update, as I previously mentioned, the hostiles density, especially spiders, has been reduced, so that should make a little bit of a difference, guys. So I'm just gonna grab that. I'm just gonna grab that and grab that before it rolls away too far. We're okay for food. Definitely not much here. We're okay temperature wise, because of course we're now losing height, so we should gain a little bit in the way of temperature. I think what I will do is just grab that, and I'm just going to, got 4 protein. I think what we'll do is plant protein, plant fibers. Well, we got a few plant fibers, so I think we'll do 1 protein bar, 1 bandage, just in case we get attacked or hit. You never know. So I'm just going to grab this. It'd be interesting to see whether they've actually reduced the number of small wreckages and adjusted things proportionately. You can see we're getting a bit of a temperature increase now because we're actually dropping down onto the plains. Oh, that could be interesting. Definitely need some copper. So what we may have to do is just get into this small wreckage, see what loot we can find, and then maybe we'll go back up a bit higher because we're getting to 40 degrees. Interesting. So, anything in it? Yeah, it's a loot box there. Spoiled food and some tablets. Okay, that's all I always wanted. I think there's a second loot box there. The trouble's getting in. We need to get this done as quickly as possible. Yeah, we can get in this way. Should have come in this way first time. Yeah, we've got a bit of food, we've got a bit some more medicine, that would be useful. And because we don't have copper at the moment, I think we're going to have to try and gain a little bit of altitude. So the escape pod's there, so if we kind of go around that way, maybe we're just drop a marker there. Yep, so we'll just keep going this way, guys. Is that done? No, I thought I saw some fibre, but my imagination. I mean, the 2 things I do need is 1, the climate control, although that's not particularly that important, but I may need it if the temperature drops, especially with the temperature difference here. And the other thing is, of course, we need the motorbike to get that done as quickly as possible, because that will come on. Come on. Stop running away. Right, we're up to 49 degrees. I think we're definitely going to need to get some altitude now. Otherwise we're going to start getting cooked. Our suit temperature is starting to rise, and we don't have anything at the moment to regulate our temperature. So that could be an issue. So if we get back up here, we should be okay. The temperature is dropping steadily now. So we're just going to keep going up, gaining the height. Let's get. Is this during the heat of the day? Right, let's keep going this way. Yeah, we're back to 35, 34. So as long as we stay up on the high ground here for the moment, we should be okay. Still not seeing that much at the moment. I mean, in theory, everything we should need should be inside this area here. So if we go this way a bit and see what we got over this way, we should be okay. There's some more plant protein there. Which is, right, got some more small wreckage. Not some small. I think maybe we will just risk dropping down a little bit. Maybe if we just curve in a bit, there's some more small rocks there. We definitely got to find some copper. And just gonna. This looks like iron. Just grab this. So we're doing very well. Only got the one piece of iron there. Okay. Yes, we got the one piece of iron. Looks like obviously it's a bit cooler on this side of the mountain. So, and we found some more small wreckage. That's encouraging. See if that's copper or silicon or no, that's iron again. Okay. Let's grab that. Maybe if we curve into the trees a little bit. Just grab this. Grab that. I mean, we could chop down a couple of trees for some logs, but I'm not really that pushed for plant fibre at the moment. Don't really need it. I think I'm just gonna knock out a few more of these. We'll put a bandage down there. Gives us 2 bandages. Stop making horrible noises, please. Whoops, no. Let's not knock that down. There's a bit of a fail there, guys. I think we'll make 3. Right, there's some small wreckage in there. We're okay for temperature now. I'm just gonna escape into the trees a little bit. We should be able to pick up some good stuff down here. Actually, what I'm actually thinking about it. Right, we found copper deposit. Now that is partly what I was half looking for, because that is a hint that maybe the main wreckage is over that way. So, yeah, it's copper, silicon. Yeah, we've strayed into the area that I was looking for. Right, what we're going to do is we're just going to get over here to get that small wreckage, and then we're going to go to the copper and mine up some copper and some silicon. And the question is going to be, yeah, another copper deposit. Yeah, we've got copper and silicon that way. Right, there's copper and silicon together, so that's what I'm inclined to go for. There's a Triceratops there. We'll just try and keep away a little bit from him. There's 2 of them there actually. Oh, right. Does this actually have anything in it? I've got a feeling that there could be something right up there, but we're not going to be able to get to it, are we? Oh no, it looks like there's something just there. Yeah. Right, looks like we got a container here. Well, we're doing okay for food, if nothing else. Right, we're going to head now for the copper and the silicon. I think this is where it changes the game dynamic. That if you'd started this game on the larger planet, you would have had to have done a lot more scouting to find these key deposits. But being able to find these deposits relatively quickly spins the gameplay back to the Alpha 7.6 release. There we are, another iron deposit. So we've effectively got everything we need now in this direction. And we've reached level 3, so we've now got that, and we've now found the wreckage. There it is, the new wreckage. So let's just have a quick look, see what we got here. Yeah, so the wreckage is there. So if we set a waypoint there, and we're going to go for the copper straight away because I want that heat regulation and my bike So we're just going to go for the copper. And of course and I think what we'll probably do now is get some trees on the way through as well. Use the chainsaw. Now we've actually know what we're looking for. Because we're obviously going to need the biofuel. Right, so we're going to just cut some trees through on the way through here. Yeah, 194 mod meat. Temperature's good. Let's chop that down. Chop some more trees on the way through as well. I think 2 more will do to get me going. Don't really want to use another biofuel for to force the chainsaw to reload. That would be more than enough. And just a quick check just to confirm. It says we need to unlock that. Portable heater needs 4 copper oil. Just going to come in here. I think it's under, is it miscellaneous or, yeah, we're just going to unlock that. I'm not going to bother unlocking the portable constructor because we got one. I don't think, very tempted to unlock that as well. Because if we can get the personal scanner up and running, that will allow us to find and explore the planet a lot more quicker. Again, I think this is where the dynamic is changed. In my original 8.0 playthrough, I was thinking very much about building a hover vehicle in order to get out and explore the planet, but now I'm thinking more in the nature of building a base, which is again very much the 7.0. Right, let's just reload that. And we're just gonna get the ground. Of course, we're gonna use the. I don't like getting too close to the actual ground. Just press that twice so we can actually keep an eye on the temperature. In theory, we've got no threat from hostiles. So we're just going to get straight in here, guys. Obviously, this is going to be a little bit boring. But for any of you who haven't seen the new textures, what happens is you've now got ground textures that you can actually dig through. If you see there, it says copper deposit, small, 100% left. I can't remember what the size for small is. I think it's at 2,500 ore or something like that. Yeah, so you don't actually get a number for how much ore is actually in a deposit anymore. So we're just going to come down here. What I'll do, guys, is I'll just keep drilling through, and once I get to the copper ore, I'll come back to the video. But I'll see you in a minute, guys. Right, guys, here we are. You can see the copper ore is just starting to appear. So we're just going to... Wow. It's not actually giving me any copper ore yet. Okay, what's up with this? Right, we've got 3... Got crushed stone, got some more copper ore. Let's get about 10 or 20 for the moment. I think that's enough just for the moment. And what I'm going to do is just going to deploy that. And I'm just going to come here. I'm going to put the logs in, the fibre in there, the copper ore. Actually, split the copper ore back again. And what I want is, I think we're going to make about 5 of those, 5 or 6 of those. And of course, what we're going to do is just come here and we're going to tell our suit to make one of those. And I think what I'm going to do while that's actually being manufactured, we're just going to get back and drill out some more copper. You can see here. So, oops. So we're just going to keep drilling out the copper. Right guys, I think that's enough. And just gonna, well, that's finished, so I'm just gonna drop that on our toolbar. And I think we're just gonna pick this up. Well, just let that one build. Reduce that to 1. Because what I do want to get is this, and to get that we're going to need, we got some iron, we got there, we need some silicon now. Just going to let that build so we don't waste the resources. And what we're going to do now is just grab that, and what we need is some silicon. Where's the silicon? Right, the silicon should be right in front of us. There it is. Should be no threats at the moment, so we don't need to worry. Grab this because this is a very good spice is a very good cure for indigestion should you actually need it. And I think what we can do is just rock drill this. We're going to need the crushed stone to build a base, so we might as well grab it what we can. As I say, what I want is the silicon, because I do really want to get up and running with the bike. See, the temperature's now building up a little bit, but it's not a problem because now I've got the heat regulator. So we're just going to get in here very, very close. Looks like the... How come I've got iron? Oh, I've passed the silicon. What happened there? I was too busy not looking where I was going. Anyway, let's get back this way, guys. Sorry about that. Let's get through here. Yeah, I should have marked it, but it's going to be okay. Right, I think that's close enough. Okay, just gonna, what we're going to do first is the temperature could get a bit iffy, so we'll drop that out, and then we'll put this, can put it on top. I don't think I'll do that. Again, I'm just going to shove that in there, and I'm just going to put this in, components in, and there. And of course we're going to need silicon, but what we will do is put about 5 of those in while I drill out the silicon I need. So, I'm just going to rock drill, see if we can find the distance we need. I mean, 15, 14, 14, whoops. Yeah, it's about there, so, okay. And we're just going to punch our way down through here. And again, it's very much like drilling copper. So what we're going to do is just push through, and eventually we should start to see the silicon texture come through. It's only got plenty of fuel. Right, it's just going to, and the drill's just going to reload. Well, keep going down. There we are. See the lighter texture there, guys? That is silicon. So I'm just gonna, you can just see it there. So I'm just gonna dive into there. It's a bit more crushed stone, but now into the silicon. A little bit more. As I say, I will come back and mine this, but I'll probably do most of it off camera so that we can actually get the base built, because I am going to go straight for a base. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about the hover vehicle to start with. Maybe we'll go for a template or something like that. Right. I think that's enough. And I wish they wouldn't do things like that. But of course, what I'm actually going to do is pull this out here. I'm just going to pull this out. I'm just going to give def, pick that up, and where's the wreckage? There's the wreckage, 325 meters that way. I think we'll just get back to this. It's just starting to get dark, so. And what I would suggest, guys, is hold off on your comments at the moment for what you think is I've just made a mistake. Now, if we get to the, it's interesting. I don't know. I suppose it's not that far away. It's kind of a little bit away from where we are. And of course, the tip here, guys, is during these initial days, I know you've got the tent in order to do survival. Actually, we can have something to eat. I'll just eat that up. Yeah, I know you've got the tent, but don't use it. Use this very valuable initial couple of days to get as much as you can done as quickly as possible. If you sleep the night through, one, the food that you've collected, there's a good chance it will spoil, and especially if you haven't been as lucky as me to get tinned goods. So things like this plant fibre will actually spoil because the game keeps ticking while you're asleep. It's not an... So you get a spoil factor from that. Also, it's very valuable time to get your base set up. So don't, you know, sleeping through is later on once you've got everything set up and you don't want to operate at night. But in this initial starting phase, resist that temptation to sleep through the first night. So we got some more copper over there. Okay. We're just going to come in here. And we're just going to get to the wreckage. It's hidden amongst trees. I don't really... Not that comfortable about having the wreckage in amongst trees, to be honest. Because that's this natural spider territory. Right, so we're just going to go up here. Although it's open on this side, so... And we're just going to go up here. And I'm just going to grab here. That is the reason why I told you guys not to put in the comment. I talked a lot about building a motorbike, but at the same time, there we've got two portable constructors. We've got some water. We can also shove that in there. Of course, we're not doing the Robertson protocol, so we don't need to take anything out. And we've now reached our operational base, which is not bad, actually. It's not a bad operational base, actually. We've got a nice view over the water, which is quite useful if we want to make oxygen. And I think what we can do is just shut that out there to give us a little bit of heat protection. And I think what we're going to do is drop that next door. So we can now stand here and do a few things. We'll put that in there. So we've got a little bit of there. And I think that's about, we can put that in there, got some crushed stone. And I think what we're going to do is just knock out, well, we got a 35, so what we should be able to do is make, I'm going to make about 20 concrete blocks. And while that's actually knocking out, I think what we will do is just deploy the bike. Is anything, is the edge any closer? I think what we're going to do is get rid of that new marker. Oops, just remove it. And what we're going to do is have a quick skite out that way. So we're just going to... I know it's getting dark, but I just want to do this. What I want to do is just see if there's anything this way. We're going to have to ease our way through the trees. Yeah, so we found another copper deposit over here. So that's pretty good. Of course, being mobile on the bike is going to make a big difference. Right, so I'm just going to... I mean, I could mine something out of that copper just to justify coming out here, but we're going to be okay, guys. It's not going to be a problem. And so we've done our first expansion this way. What I want to do now is just swing round, say something like that. So we're just going to... The reason I'm doing this is that the edge of lakes and water can be a very, very good source of protein. Actually, there's some mushrooms there, but I don't want to pick them because mushrooms have a very short perish time. and you can't really make them into anything, but they're quite good as a short-term medicine. We've got, oh wow, we've got some. I'm just going to jump off and grab that as well. Sitting right here, natural stimulant, 150 for that. And of course we've now found the copper. Now we don't actually need it, but oh well, we'll just grab it. Okay, we'll just save that there. I'm just going to jump on the bike. And so just going to, well, some spices there, but it's not as productive. I suppose if I get a bit closer to the water, it'll be a bit more productive. So this is like an initial reconnaissance. Nothing that way. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm just going to curve back this way, head back towards the wreckage via this area here, get out the trees. Now we can just, I can grab that. Where is it? There it is. We should, oops, it's gone quiet. What we got some natural stimulants, so we can make that. I mean, it's not particularly that useful. It gives us an instant boost to stamina, but there was a downside. I haven't used it for a long time. I'm not a big fan of using that natural stimulant, but there was a penalty that you got a boost of 110 stamina, but, and it is a big but, that you would then also take a penalty. So we got some iron there. Just go over and check that. Actually, just jump off. And we might as well grab that rock there. What I really want is a big rock. If you get one of the large rocks, you can get a nice big amount of crushed stone from it. Okay, let's just jump on the bike, and I think just to wind this part up, I don't want it to be too long, guys. What we're going to do is just head back in the darkness towards the wreckage. So I'm just going to go this way. And that could be a big rock. Okay. But what you need, what was it, a tree? That's it, here's there. Okay, let's just rock drill. Yeah, this is a large rock. Large rocks are very useful because they will actually give you more crushed stone in one bang, but don't attempt to mine large rocks until you've actually, oh god. Yeah, don't attempt to mine large rocks until you've actually got a proper drill. Don't try and do this with a survival tool, because what it will do is effectively drain away all your stamina. You can see there we've now picked up 69 crushed stone. And that will be useful in the process of actually getting ourselves set up. Actually, there's some more here, so I'm just going to, sorry about this, guys, but I'm just going to get this up and running. So a little bit more there. Just grab that on the way through as well. Just grab that. Some more over here. This is mushrooms. And if I just show you, it says there they're good against poisonous bite. The downside is that they don't last very long. But in the first part of the game, especially if you're going to go up against spiders that can give you a poisonous bite, they don't always. It's the only really consistent cure. Okay, let's see if we can get through. Of course, you guys probably can't see hardly anything at all now. Apologies for this. But we're just heading back towards the wreckage through the trees. And here we are, we're back to the wreckage. Just gonna go up here, grab the bike, and by now our initial base should be ready to go. So just gonna grab here, put some more stone in, knock out some more. I think we'll make out maybe another 20-30 concrete blocks, and just to finish this part off, what we're going to do is, okay, does it? Oh, I thought they changed this. I was able to build a base here before. Yeah, okay. Where's that? There we are. Once you've got one, you can normally just build things out a little bit like that. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is come out like this, come round like this. It's obviously I think there's an occlusion here. Yeah, back under the base. Now this isn't going to make my base totally impervious because we got gaps here, but it should give me enough protection, because what I can do now, in fact I've probably gone a bit too far, is, well, we can go around here. I think what I might do actually is we're going to salvage a block here. I know it's a waste of resources, but I want to be able to get in here. And once you get up here, see, even if spiders come in, you've now got a defensible perimeter. And of course we've got somewhere where we got our heat zone up here. And what we're going to do now is plan our base. And I think what we need is a base starter kit. And I don't think I've actually, let's have a quick look at the tech. I'm not going to go for power cells, I'm just going to go straight for, I need a fuel tank, a small generator, don't need a food processor. What I really want is a fridge. Where's the fridge? The fridge has got to be in here. No, the fridge is actually unlocked by default now. Okay. And we should have the large constructor. So we've got the large constructor and the fridge. So what we're going to do is let's come in here. We're going to need the small generator, the fuel tank, and of course we're going to need the fridge and the large constructor. And that will get us up and running to get our base underway. And I think this is where I'm going to leave it now, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And what I will say is, notice the difference. If you've been following the series, you notice my approach with when there's a larger planet. I think this smaller planet definitely does take you back to the 7.6 starting scenario with the points of interest. It's just you're now starting with some wreckage. I mean, you don't have to start this way, you could go out on your own, but this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode, hope you found it interesting, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.